you guys ready for the story time of a lifetime? Back in the day, when I was a young jit. You're cooked? How am I cooked? How am I cooked, Chad? I'm cooked? Oh, this was it. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Damn, you're chopped? I'm chopped? How am I chopped? That sound woke me up. Sheesh. Let me tell you about my story time, chat. I bet this is a story time about one day, chat. I ain't gonna lie. I had a story. I've had the same dream, right? This is one of my dreams. This is the craziest dream I ever had, chat. I had the same dream for 30 days in a row, right? So I was in college for this, right? So when I was in college, y'all, I had this apartment, right? I had this apartment. Y'all know what like lucid dreaming or like what's the terminology called? It's not lucid dreaming. It's called like astral projection. You ever had this type of like dream happen? Well, anyway, what astral projection is, right? It's when you literally like you're sleeping and you literally can like get out your body and like you can like look at yourself. You ever looked at yourself sleeping before? You know what that is? Right? So when I used to go to bed, right? I used to like wake up. Absolutely not. No. When I used to go to bed, chat, right? I used to like dream, but I could like see myself sleeping, right? So I had the same dream for 30 days in a row, right? So I was in my college apartment, right? There was 4 rooms in my college apartment, right? Think about like a square room. It's a square room, but each corner of the square has like a door. That's kind of like and like the middle was like a living room, right? So every night, chat, I would literally wake up, right, out of my dream, right? It was like it felt like real life, right? I would wake up out of my dream, but I know I was dreaming because I could see myself like sleeping. I was like, okay, right? And then the door would open to my apartment room, right? My door would be open. It'd be open. And then at the end of my apartment, y'all, there was like this little girl in a white dress, right? It's crazy, right? It was a little girl in a white dress, and she would be like, it was. I didn't know what dream it was. It was 2 different type of dreams, right? So some days it was a good dream, some days it was a bad dream, right? It was based off the little girl. So sometimes the little girl would be like in an all white dress, kind of like glowing. And she would be like, oh my goodness, Lee, this is the way out. Like, come with me. And she'd be like dancing, prancing. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just like trying to jog up to her, catch up to her, but I can like never catch up to her, right? She would like lead me to the way out. Like, it was like maze. Think of like my apartment when I woke up, chat, in the middle of the night, right? I used to wake up in the middle of the night, right? I used to see myself sleeping. And then when I opened my apartment door, it used to turn into thank you for the gift. Hey, thank you for the gift. It used to turn into a maze runner. You ever seen the movie Maze Runner with the giant maze that had to escape? So that was my dream. It was like my apartment turned into a giant maze runner where this little girl with a white dress would like lead me out the maze, right? And some nights should be really, really nice. Should be like, oh my goodness, Lee, like, follow me this way. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hold on, slow down, girl, I'm coming. And I had to like bust a right, bust a left, bust a left, bust a right. And then she would like lead me out the maze, right? And then at the end of the maze was my front door to my apartment, and it would be glowing, right? The door would be glowing. And I'm like, okay, that's the way out. And every single night, y'all, when I went to go reach the door open, I would wake up every time, every single night, right? I would wake up, right? And then that was the good dream, right? But some nights it was a bad dream, chat. Some nights the same little girl, right? I wake up, I see myself sleeping. Okay, we're dreaming again. I gotta get out of my apartment. I walk out of my room and I don't see the little girl, right? Usually on a good dream, she's in front of me. On the bad dream, she's behind me. So she went from, hey, Lee, let's make it out, to like, you're not getting out, and would chase me out the thing. So when I would remember the maze, I'd be like, okay, but I gotta make a right, I gotta make a left, I gotta make a right. And she'd be chasing me, right? She'd be chasing me. And same thing, I get to the door, it's glowing, and she's chasing me. Right before I get out, I wake up. Every single time. Every single time, Jack. And I had that same dream for 30 days in a row. And some days it'd be good dreams, some days it'd be bad dreams. You never know. I never know until that girl like starts talking to me. She'd be like, okay. She either was like, oh, make it out, or you're not getting out. I'm like, oh my goodness, what are we doing here? So, but what it was, that's when Almighty Jesus Christ comes in, Holy Spirit activated. No, you know what happened? You know what it was, chat? But turns out what I was doing, chat, I was watching scary movies every night before I went to bed. You know what I'm saying? And I actually looked at my dream, right? I looked at the dream to see what it meant. And what it meant, hold on, put the music back. And what the dream meant, chat, I was looking it up, and it was like I was running from something, but I never wanted to face it, right? It was like I was running from something, but I didn't want to face it. You know what I'm saying? So I was running for something. So I was trying to figure out what I was running from. At the time, I was dating this girl, right? And we weren't really at the best like stage and all this shit, you know. And we would fall asleep every night watching a scary movie, right? So when I fall asleep watching a scary movie, I would like go. That was like that's what my brain was like used to like comprehending. It was like scary movies. So when I stopped watching the scary movies and I like finally faced the problem at hand, I stopped having those dreams. So I was running for something, Chad. I was running. What are you running from? 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 Like and subscribe. I might turn it into a YouTube video. No cap. I might turn it into a YouTube video. Chat. I might turn it into a YouTube video. I might turn that one into a YouTube video. Never know. You never know. You never know. W story. That watermelon. No, not the watermelon is chilling, right? W story time or what? W story time or what, chat? Let me know. I run from these chopped ass in my. Hey yo, let's calm it down, let's calm it down, cause don't make me have to dunk on you, bro. Don't make me have to dunk on you, bro. W story time or what? Huh? Let me know what y'all think. W story time. W story times. W story times. Yo, I used to tell story times like crazy, yo. W story times. That's a good one. That's a good one, chat. That's a good story time right there. That's a good story time, chat. You know? Big story time guy. ADD, I can't hear you, Lee. Sorry, I don't know if you see this. You can't hear me. Why can't you hear me? I had a dream when I was about to, hey, yo, but when I was about to hit, I woke up. Yo, you young. That's crazy work. I had a dream like that when I was younger. I was like, dang.